Hello lawn mowing people. What I'm going to talk about today is how we manage dogs in our lawn mowing business. Now, if you love dogs, one way that you can get more business for your company is to advertise as dog friendly. If you're not opposed to the occasional customer forgetting to clean up after their dog's little prezzies, it can be a great way to stand out from the crowd. Now, you may love dogs, but it doesn't always mean that they love you back. I've got a few scars from dog bites over the years, and I remember mowing a lawn in Narrawahia once, and a dog bit my leg while I was mowing out the back. It was quite a bad bite, and nobody was around, so I packed up my tools and drove to the A&E emergency clinic at the hospital to go and get some stitches. And while I was at the hospital, I got a phone call from the dog's owner. He'd just arrived home and he wanted to know why his lawn was only half mowed at the back. So I explained to him that his dog bit me while I was mowing the property and I was in hospital getting stitches. And then the owner went quiet and I knew he was thinking. And then about 15 seconds later, he came back and he said to me, "Okay, so when are you coming back to finish the lawn?" I laugh about that now, but it wasn't so funny at the time, and I still have the scar. Anyway, I've always worked with dogs, and I have some techniques now that I use with dogs that seems to work a lot better these days. It all starts with the quote. So when I get an incoming quote, I always ask if they have a dog. I think it's a good thing to know beforehand. And if you're not sure that a dog resides on the property or not, they'll usually tell you when you poke your head over the fence. And another thing that you can look out for is the telltale signs of a dog. Dog poos and bones, hopefully not human, are the main things that you see when you're looking at a lawn with a dog. And when visiting the lawn for the first time, if I'm not sure, I always make a habit of using a rule that you use on a farm. And that is, if the gate's closed, you close it. If the gate's open, you leave it open. When you think about it, you say, well, why should you close the gate if there might be a dog there? If you do that, you can't escape. Well, fact is that the dog can't escape either. So why don't I have any problems? It's easy, because I've got a secret weapon. Now, before you get worried, it's not actually a weapon, but it sure does slow dogs down. When I visit a property and no one's home, I carry dog biscuits with me. Tiny, tiny little dog biscuits. And when I meet a standoffish dog, I'll just ignore it. You don't look at the dog, you just ignore it. And I walk around and I look at the lawn and I leave a little trail of biscuits behind me. And as I inspect the lawn and I leave that little trail of biscuits, the dog soon loses interest in me and starts ferreting around for these tiny little biscuits that are in this long lawn. And they no longer notice me. I also use this trick to stop dogs from escaping while I'm mowing a lawn, because when I finish a lawn, I give the dog a small handful of tiny biscuits. But I don't just put them in a pile, I throw them like I'm feeding chickens. Much more entertaining for the dog. He gets a little bit of play activity out of it and he can go ferreting around for the next half an hour looking for the little bickies. And I give them bickies when I leave, because now when I go and mow the lawn, they're not interested in escaping while I'm mowing the lawn. They're waiting till I've finished mowing the lawn because they want to get the little bickies. But also do remember that some dogs have special dietary requirements. So always use the best quality biscuits you can buy and low allergy biscuits. And if you're visiting the property regularly, let the owner know that you're giving the dog a small amount of tiny little biscuits when you visit, and tell them why you do it. So we have dogs that love it when we visit now, and it's always nice to have a dog that's happy to see you, even if it is just for the bickies. So I hope this video helps, and I hope it helps your business become a little bit more dog friendly. And until then, go out there, mow lawns, have fun, and happy lawn mowing, people.